जुनं वालं. So is my screen is visible to you? I think
Yes,
would.
sir.
Okay, so this textbook I have posted today on your Google Classroom. You have to go through. This is the textbook of our subject, our course, and the complete syllabus is available in this textbook. So, so you can see. So basically, this is the revised textbook, and we have seen this. So this is the what index of the textbook. So this is the introduction. Here the organization textbook is, first of all, the learning objectives are given. So in the first chapter of this textbook you will get define the word information, explain the term channel, noise and its effects, understand the use of modulation. This understand the use of modulation we will see in the unit number 2. Know about electromagnetic spectrum, demonstrate a basic understanding. So yesterday I have posted two lectures on your Google Classroom, as well as the yesterday's Zoom meeting is also available in the Google Classroom. So what you have to do, you have to go through it, and you will get the concept of noise and introduction. Okay, so this is the element of the communication: information source, transmitter, channel and the receiver. destination, noise source. So this is the basic building block diagram of the any communication system. Channel may be wired or wireless. Okay, so when we use mobile phone, the channel is wireless, and when we use the telephones, or let us say the cables are available in our DTH. So, and optical fiber cables are available. Okay, so that is nothing but the wired communication. Okay, so telephone, DTH service, and means DTH service is wireless, but in at our home, what we do, we have one antenna. Okay, that dish is nothing but the antenna. From antenna we take a cable, and that cable is attached to a DTH box. Okay, or we say set top box, and in that set top box uh, we are having another cable that we connect to our TV. Okay, and then after subscription of the channels, we will able to see different type of channels. So that is the example of hybrid system. Why hybrid? Because it has got wired also and wireless. What is wireless part? Wireless part is the what? Satellite. Our dish antenna is connected to the satellite. That satellite will transmit a program from from that station, and then we will receive that program. We may use the different type of channels. Okay, we may have different types of channels. For that purpose we have to pay. Okay, so these are the basic elements of the communication. Yesterday we have seen this. So here you will see the information source, transmitter, complete explanation is given. Okay, complete explanation is given. What is information source, what is transmitter, then what is channel. Okay, and what is receiver. Here you are able to see the block diagram of the typical radio transmitter. Okay, that radio transmitter we have to study in unit number 3. Yesterday we have seen the syllabus, we have gone through the syllabus, but I am just asking you regarding the textbook, because what we uh, what we don't follow, we don't see the textbook, we don't read the textbook. But textbook reading is very much important everywhere, in any field. If you don't read the textbook, you will not get anything. So so this is very important thing. That's why I have shared textbook today. Yesterday I have uploaded the notes also, and 2 lectures also, with yesterday's discussion. Okay, so here you will get everything. Destination, now here you will get need for modulation, that we have to study in unit number 2. So then we have seen the electromagnetic spectrum. If you download the yesterday's lectures, you will get the concept of the electromagnetic spectrum. So this spectrum is very important. So first of all, we are having extremely low frequency, then the voice frequency, then very low frequency, then low frequency up to the X-rays and gamma rays. So knowingly or unknowingly, we are using the different type of the frequencies in our day-to-day life. Okay, and here you are having the megahertz. What is kilohertz is 10 to the power 3, megahertz is 10 to the power 6, gigahertz is 10 to the power 9, terahertz is 10 to the power 13, and 1 micrometer is 10 to the power minus 3, 1 millimeter is 10 to the power minus 3, and 1 micrometer is 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, so this unit you should know. See here, so 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 6, 10 to the power 9, 10 to the power 12, 10 to the power minus 3 meter, 1 micrometer, and 1 micrometer 10 to the power minus 6. It is the printing mistake, it should be millimeter. Okay, so now frequency range is 330 to 300 hertz. wavelength is given 10 to the power 7, 10 to the power 6, extremely low frequency. Okay, so it is used for the power line communication. Power line communication, you are familiar with the power line communication. The power lines are available in so many areas that uses this frequency 30 to 30 hertz, 300 hertz. And sometimes when you go near to that power line, you will able to hear the noise, flicker noise. Okay, if uh, if you do it properly, if you hear it properly, you will able to see this noise. Then next is what you are having, 0.3 to 3 kilohertz. Again the wavelength is given. So this is the voice frequency, correct? Face to face speech communication intercom. Then 3 to 330 kilohertz, very low frequency, submarine communication. Then 30 to 300 kilohertz, low frequency, marine communication. Submarine is different, marine is different. Okay, submarine means very deep into the sea, whereas marine means not that deep. Okay, then 0.3 to 3 megahertz, medium frequency, AM broadcasting. 3 to 330 megahertz, high frequency, landline telephony. Then 30 to 30 megahertz, very high frequency, okay, FM broadcasting and TV. 0.3 to 3 gigahertz. See here, as your frequency is increasing, wavelength is decreasing. If you observe properly, as the frequency is increasing, wavelength is decreasing. So that is known as the range of the wavelength, that is lambda. Frequency is f. Okay, now, so extremely low frequency, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet light, x-rays, gamma rays, cosmic rays, these are used for the ultraviolet rays and medical. So why these rays are dangerous, you can see every time when you visit the x-ray or such type of diagnostic center, uh, it is written that harmful radiation. Why? Because see, so x-rays frequency is how much? It is above 3000 terahertz. Terahertz means 10 to the power 12. So that's why it is written in when you visit the what, any type of डायग्नोस्टिक सेंटर, इफ़ यू ऑब्जर्व, अगर आपने ऑब्जर्व नहीं किया है तो इसके बाद ऑब्जर्व करो. इफ़ यू ऑब्जर्व प्रॉपरली, इट इज़ रिटन दैट एक्स-रेज हार्मफुल रेडिएशन और symbol like that it is shown. Okay, so because you can see it is above 3000 terahertz, so much high amount of energy. When the frequency is very high, energy also very high. Okay, so next is the ultraviolet, medical application, visible light, optical communication, infrared, LED, laser, TV remote. So this spectrum is nothing but, spectrum means what? Map or a graph. What is spectrum in a space? In a very simple language, spectrum is nothing but a graph or a map from where we are able to see which type of frequency is where it should be used. Okay, it cannot be like this that just we want 3000 terahertz in our mobile phone. That is not possible, because there are standards which is to be followed, and that standards are governed by different type of organizations known as the IEEE. IEEE is nothing but International Institution of Electronics and Electrical and Electronics Engineer. Okay, that IEEE will decide, or different type of there is a word Geneva, I think Geneva standards also, that is worldwide standard, that this frequency is dedicated for this application. That if you use Bluetooth, what is the frequency of Bluetooth? Can anyone tell me? What is the frequency of the Bluetooth? It is 2.5 gigahertz. So this is worldwide, it is 2.5 gigahertz, because it is the standard set by the scientist or the such type of organization. It cannot be like this 2.5 gigahertz will be used for TV, or no, it is standard for Bluetooth. That's it. Okay, so this is very important term. And the next, the terminologies in communication system. Again, we have discussed this in our previous lecture. Time, frequency, then wavelength, spectrum, bandwidth, channel bandwidth, modulation, demodulation, baseband signal, baseband transmission, broadband signal, broadband transmission. Okay, so these terms you should know. And in our yesterday's lecture, means the lectures I have uploaded on your Google Classroom, you will see these concepts very properly. Okay, so this is the Fourier series that we have seen in our signals and system. We don't go into the details because it is just what a introduction to the our. So that's why I have asked you to go through the signals and system. So signals and system is useful here also in the electronic communication also. Okay, so this is the first numerical. Compute the first four terms of the Fourier series 1 kHz rectangular waveform with a pulse width of 500 microsecond. See here, t is given, pulse width is given, amplitude is given. Then we have calculated tau by t, so it comes out to be 0.5. And then the Fourier series is just like this. Okay, so these type of examples are not asked in the university paper because uh, Fourier series you have already studied in your signals and system or in DSP. So this is just the introduction part, that's why I am covering it. So evaluate the signal pulse width with an amplitude of 8 millivolt and first zero crossing at 0.5 kilohertz. Okay, so such type of questions there will be in your gate examination. So please remember this. That's why I have uploaded this textbook on your. Just don't rely on notes. Just don't rely on notes. You have to read the textbook also. Okay. So the MCQs are also available. It is best part of this textbook. MCQs are also available. There are review questions also. You can go through it and you will get the things. So this is the our first unit of this electronic communication noise. So what are the objectives? There are 5 objectives. Define the word noise, name the list 6 different types of noise, calculate the noise level for a variety of condition using the equation in the text, demonstrate the understanding of signal to noise ratio and equation involved, work problems involving noise produced by the resistance and temperature. So here first of all, what is noise? Noise is an unwanted signal that is not useful for the communication. Okay, so what is our task? Our task is to minimize the noise. Our task is to study the noise and then minimize the noise. Just we cannot make noise zero, correct? So such type of terms are always present now, and we have to study noise. So there are two types of noise: internal noise and external noise. Internal noise present inside the system, whereas the external noise is the outside the system. Okay, so see here, the external noise are these noise I have already explained in the previous lecture that I have uploaded yesterday. Okay, so you have to go through it, just I am overlooking now. So first is the atmospheric noise, which is external noise. Then the next is the extraterrestrial noise. Again, it is external noise. The source of extraterrestrial noise are the solar noise, cosmic noise. Atmospheric noise is best example of atmospheric noise is the thunderstorm, or okay, the noise which is because of the thunderstorm. Many times you will see when there is a cloudy atmosphere, the DTH cannot work properly. If you have observed this, when there is a cloudy atmosphere, then your DTH service cannot work properly. So that is nothing but the atmospheric noise. It is because of the atmospheric condition. Okay, similarly there is a lightning discharge. there is a lightning discharge, what will happen? Sometimes our TV may get breakdown. Okay, so that's why many times it is advisable that when there is a lightning discharge, you should switch off your TV or other electronic devices. Okay, so that is the atmospheric noise. Next, the extraterrestrial noise is the solar noise, which is because of the sun. Means there are some part of the sun that transmit such frequencies where uh, from where there is a noise. Means they such type of frequency interrupts the proper communication. So that is the solar noise. Then next is the cosmic noise because of the stars. Cosmic noise are the because of the stars. So these are the known as the external noise. Now next is the industrial noise. Again it is a part of the external noise, but the industrial noise is the man-made noise. Okay, atmospheric noise and extraterrestrial noise are the what? Natural noise, whereas the industrial noise is because of the industrial usage. Then there is a internal noise. The internal noise is the thermal education noise, which is because of the transmit, or it is also known as the white noise or the Johnson noise. Okay, so it is very important. Internal noise, first part is the thermal education noise. Okay, so uh, the thermal education noise is because of the resistance, that is known as the white noise or the internal noise. So this derivation you will able to see in the lecture that I have uploaded yesterday. P equals to kT del F. Okay, where K is the Boltzmann constant, T is the absolute temperature, del F is the bandwidth of interest, and uh, PS is the maximum noise power, whereas the varies directly proportional sign. So this is the one numerical which is many times asked in the university exam. If the resistor is operating at 27 degrees Celsius and bandwidth of interest is 2 megahertz, then what is the maximum noise power output of the resistor? So P equals to kT del F. So kT del F is this kT del F. One might